You can read number 7.
It's 5:30. All right, well, team, it's 5:30, so I think we will call our regularly scheduled meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for March 2025 to order. All right, so first order of business was the call to order. So the second action item, or the second item, is citizens' comments. So this is an opportunity for citizens to address the commission with comments and or questions related to Planning and Zoning Commission related matters that are not a public hearing action item, which we do not have. So I don't see anybody in the audience. Dawn, did we have anything called in? No. Email in? No, all right, well, we tried. Number 3 for our active agenda is for item A, we have approval of our February 26th meeting minutes. I looked at them, didn't see anything out of order. Looked good to me, so
Mr. Chairman,
go ahead, Kathy.
I would move that we accept the minutes as presented.
I will second that. So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the February 26th, 2025 meeting minutes, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. All right. Action carries. So item B, we have approval of the reason statement for conditional use or a conditional use permit application CUP 25-1 by the Lewis Clark Valley Early Childhood Program. Did everybody have a chance to look over that reason statement? All good?
Hmm.
I did have a couple of comments.
Oh, go for it.
No, this is mainly just writing. Just a couple of added words I needed to provide to me. First one here. Number 1, paragraph. The very last sentence. As however, the applicant noted, blah, blah, maybe just kind of rephrasing it. What was written was a little confusing, so just saying the applicant noted that this use has been occurring in the building for the past 5 years. However, changes in the licensing requirements now necessitate obtaining a license. That first sentence of the second paragraph. And the commission discuss applicant's current use along with the lack of history regarding nuisances to be substantial factors to support the conditional use permit. It's being supported. There it says additionally the building's capacity was more than adequate. That paragraph. Properties or the public regarding any opposition to application. I think it's.
The last part says no testimony was received from neighboring properties or the public regarding. In opposition to the application. It does read.
For the public, could just be in opposition.
Yeah.
It's regarding. Okay.
The first paragraph. Just need to add in that last sentence. Applicant is able to provide development appropriate activities. Just didn't have a.
Which paragraph are you speaking of?
The first paragraph, the last sentence. The applicant is able to developmentally appropriate activities.
Should be developed.
Able to provide
Oh,
development.
sure.
Or-
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I'm not, I read it as developed, but
Three, paragraph 2. Where we discuss the preschool will operate Monday through Thursday. But it states further down that it was Monday through Friday.
Well, hold on, where's the Monday through Friday?
Monday through Thursday. Oh, there it
Are you-
is. Additionally, the subject property is located between two churches. It's under number 4, the second paragraph, but the preschool will operate only Monday through Friday.
The last sentence of that same paragraph is just redundant of what it said previously.
That's intentional, because you're addressing this specific, this criteria. Redundancy is not an issue.
Figured that might be the case, but
And some of them overlap to a degree, some of the
So I
criteria.
see a lot of the same information
Yeah.
repeated over and over.
It might be a little bit why some commissioners are hesitant because they're like, no, you already said this, but if it's a different criteria,
so I was like, I'll bring it up.
We say the same thing a couple times
yes. Yeah, so,
because it applies to more than one area.
yeah.
The only other questions to that last number 4, where we talk about. We talked about how it won't conflict with weekend church services, but I don't really remember hearing. I mean, some churches hold during the week,
There are church on either side of the property, so both
So,
neighbors are.
but some churches do services during the week, so I don't know if any of them.
It just says minimizing potential conflicts with weekend church services. As far as the first 2 revisions, I think that's more stylistic and you know, if you want it changed that way, you can.
I just thought it was a little confusing.
But one of the things is we try, I know I at least I try to keep it as much as how it's discussed and not summarize it too much, because then you have to relate back to the record, and if you summarize too much, then you might not be including all the information that you really want to from the record. I don't know about Katie, but I go through and I watch the meeting over and over, and then I'll type what you guys say or what you discussed, or I copy stuff out of the staff report, and I don't get too creative with the writing, and I kind of just resuscitate what was said and not even worry too much about form or style, other than, you know, trying to stay consistent with the flow, provide information about the discussion, and then provide information about your conclusions that you ultimately reach.
Because ultimately, sometimes your guys' discussions are conflicting, but that needs to be reflected in this, because that's where a lot of the different legislative kind of matters where people have, you know, sued over it because they didn't reflect all those different things. And so I try to put as much information that you guys have discussed and provided during the meeting into what I give to Jennifer. and then she kind of further as legally as to it. I mean, that's kind of the best way to describe the process is.
Just to make sure it passes the sniff test. if it
Yeah,
goes
I try to
forward.
write down as much as what you guys discuss as possible and include that, and anytime you reference back to the staff report, I try to include the information from the staff report that you're speaking to directly. And then Jennifer kind of just double checks to make sure that I've included all the things that are legally necessary.
And usually I'm sticking in a lot more facts and information. Because the way that the Idaho Supreme Court has been looking at this, the longer your meeting is, the longer this report should be. Even with an uncontested one like this, there should be a lot of detail to substantiate your findings. And then, and it's not just what your findings, it's what are the facts of the situation, what was presented, and then how did you come to your conclusion? Because if they say, if you just state the conclusions and why, it's not enough because it's conclusory. And they need to be able to tell from this document what was discussed, what was presented, and then how did that reflect in your decision making? So.
They want to see the,
Do you want to?
yeah, the process.
Right.
They want to
Show
show
your
work
work.
behind it, not just the, yeah.
So, yeah, I would hate to see when we get, I mean, a really contested one. You know, some of them, sometimes some planning and zoning commission, they'll have days worth of hearings. And the Supreme Court expects that their reason statement will be reflective of that. So, and if necessary, reference appropriate documents and.
So since you've provided the why behind how it's phrased, and you feel that it's kind of more, I've mentioned the first two, Shay's brought up a couple of things.
The other ones, those ones are, you know, more appropriate for a change.
Okay.
Where there's, you know, corrections and things like that, but if it's more stylistic or shortening or changing how it's worded.
Write it.
Yeah, trying to write it as much as possible how it's presented.
Yeah, we're trying not to condense it if possible. We want to have all of your guys' discussion and conversation and reasoning included as much as we can.
Okay, so what is suggested to be changed? If anything?
We removed those first two that seem to be more stylistic and go with,
Monday through
Monday,
Thursday.
Thursday
Monday
versus
through
Monday,
Thursday.
Friday.
Well, and then there was a couple like,
So
you know,
let's-
wrong word situations.
We'll go in
so-
order. So in Article 6, Section 1, Paragraph
Two.
2, taking out regarding. So no testimony was received from neighboring properties or the public in opposition to the application.
You want to change the building capacity from was to is?
And building capacity is more than adequate. Also paragraph 2. And then subsection 2, paragraph 1, last sentence, further by partnering with the Boys and Girls Club, the applicant is able to provide developmentally appropriate activities in a school setting. And then
And then number 4.
paragraph 2, changing it Monday through Thursday. And then that's all that I.
So I am comfortable with the edits as suggested by Jennifer.
As Shay.
And yes, no, I'm saying as recapped, just there, Shay's edits minus the stylistic
Yeah.
two. I would motion to approve with those recapped edits.
We have the approval of an amended reason statement with the edits that have been discussed currently.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor to approve the reason state for conditional use permit CUP 25-1 as amended with the changes that have been discussed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Kathy, did you vote?
Aye.
Oh,
Yes,
no, I'm sorry, Cynthia, sorry.
Yeah, I
Yes,
did.
okay.
yes.
Just making sure, that's me. All right, well then, that is completed, so that takes us through our active agenda, so staff. Mission communications,
So next meeting is March 26th. We do have a public hearing scheduled on the landscaping code amendments that you guys initiated last meeting, and then we will also have a preliminary plat. On deck so far. Anyone unable to attend?
I plan on attending.
Yes, yes.
I,
Kathy?
I'll be zooming again.
Okay.
That is fine. That's all I got.
Perfect, all right, well, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
All right, Kathy moved it, Shay seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned, thank you.
Good night, guys.
Bye, Kathy.
Find the